Hello everybody, and today we are here with another board game review. Today we'll be reviewing Zillionaire Mars.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. Today we'll be telling you that why you should play Zillionaires on Mars. This is a remake of an older game which was called the Game of 49, and now it is available. It is out of print, but now it is available in three different variations. One is called Zillionaires on Mars if you're looking for the most unique theme. Then there is also Zillionaires on Road Trip USA, and then there is also Luck, the board game, which is based on the Apple animated movie which came out in 2022. So whichever theme you pick up, the game is going to be essentially the same, and it is a very simple theme. It's a 4 in a row game. Like as soon as you have 4 items in a row of your color, 4 tokens of yours in a row, then you win the game. But how you will, let us show you in the game itself. What each of the players are going to get is, initially they are going to get 49 zillion dollars.
Gimme.
Does that make any sense? Zillion dollars.
Yeah, it makes sense. Probably.
What you're going to get with the game is paper money. So that's 40, and then
Baba, you know you can just take two 20s, right?
yeah, I know, but for better, because you're going to not spend directly, the game tells you how many notes, but you can always exchange. So each player is going to get $49 or zillion dollars, because that's how
49
much
zillion. We're
the
rich.
theme is going to be around. That you're going to buy properties or lands, different properties on Mars, and those who can build properties in a row, in a column, that is a whole
Or in a
area of
diagonal line.
a whole area of Mars. If you can dedicate on your name, then you are the richest person on Mars, and thus winner of the game. That's
It's
why
kind of like Connect 4.
yeah
2D.
so this theme, that's why, makes more sense than all other themes, because in Road Trip USA, well, you're still making a Connect 4 game, but well, different states you have in a row doesn't really make sense. Plus in Luck, it really is abstracted out. It's still an abstract game, but it does give it more theme in this theme. So that's why, theme wise, I will say this is the much better theme. Now it does come with these property cards which you're going to shuffle up and then start revealing one at a time, and these properties are going to go on sale. Each player is going to have tokens that represent that which properties they own. This is the land of the Mars which they are going to own. It's nothing but a simple 1 2 3 grid up to 49. There is no special area in this map except the area 49 itself. Every number on this board is represented by a card in this deck except 49, because 49 actually is repeated multiple times. So multiple people can buy out 49. Whoever is the last player who can auction it out, that owns 49, which is a central place, and that's why its bidding always is going to be least. And that's what comes to that this is mainly a bidding game. How that works is that, first of all, a card will be revealed which is going to tell that which area is going to be bid for. So it will say, for example, Cardigans of the Galaxy, and all the names have so
Puns.
funny names.
They're
So
puns galore.
yeah, it's puns galore. So instead of Guardians of the Galaxy, it says Cardigans of the Galaxy,
Cardigans.
women's clothing store. And it will, for a guideline, because one of the issues with the bidding games is that you never know where to start the bidding. So it will give you a guideline that what's the minimum bid for you to start with. So it says $2 zillion. So the properties which are on the outer rim are going to be cheaper than the middle one, then the central one, because the central one are going to be easier to connect 4 with. As long as you get something like this, then the bidding is going to start. So player will start the bidding, for example,
2 zillion.
and I might say 3 zillion.
4 zillion,
5 zillion,
6 zillion,
7 zillion,
10 zillion,
12 zillion.
15 zillion.
Okay, bye. So once a property is sold, the game comes with a gavel. It will be knocked. That terms that the property has been sold
Sold.
for 15 zillion dollars. So every person is going to make their own mind that is the property going to be worth it or not, and they will place one of their tokens on that board to indicate that now they own that property. And then the next property is going to be flipped over, which is going to be, for example, 34, and this flag is used to indicate that where does that property. So it's a visual indicator for all the players. That's why the components are really nice in this game, that you will get a visual indicator that where the property is going to be and are you interested in it or not. So for example, this time I will start the bidding with $4 zillion.
5 zillion.
6.
Pass.
And I am going to buy this for $6 zillion. And in this way, the next will be $9 zillion property, not number 9 property, which is going to be Lost in Spice, an Indian restaurant on Mars.
I like spice. 3 zillion.
10 zillion.
This is how this man plays. I do not like how this man plays. Just, it's gonna be a simple 1 zillion, 2000 zillion. Thank you.
So 10 zillion going once, 10 zillion
12
going twice.
zillion.
Okay, bye. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to waste other person's money in this one on properties which they might not need or you think they don't need, while trying to actually save your money for the more precious properties that you need, because it's the same money that both the players started with. You have to keep that money kind of hidden. Players will soon lose track of how much money is left, but you have an idea that who has spent more money. What's going to happen is that slowly these properties are going to be built, and then one of these cards is going to indicate a payday has come out. Once a card has come which has at the bottom written payday, then what's going to happen is that every player, for example, I'm just giving an example, it was this state of the board. Then when a payday happens, then whoever has, you're going to see how many tokens you have on the board, and based on per property that you have, that's how much income that you are going to earn, and that's the only way of gaining back income and continuing the game. So for example, it says 7 zillion per property that you own. So Ishal has right now 3 properties, so she is going to get 21 zillion. Whereas I was much miser with my money, for example, and I had only 2, so 2 sevens are 14 zillion money I'm going to get. So I'm going to be taking, let's change this, and I'm going to have 14 zillion money. And in this way the game will continue, and slowly the properties will be bought, the game will continue. Once you see some other player is going to win and he is close, then you will be making really high bets that no, I cannot let this player win $50 zillion, and the other player might not even have 50 zillion, because if he tries to bid more than what he has, he will have to lose the existing properties that he is having on the board. So that's a fine that he has to pay. So he can never bid more than what he already has in his hand.
You don't want to go in debt, do you?
So that's why you have to manage to keep more money than the other players, so that you can outbid them when they are trying to. But if they were clever enough to have multiple sources of properties built, and you outbid them once but were not able to outbid them twice, then you are going to be able to actually get that property, because within these cards there are going to be some other cards like these as well, which are going to be kind of wild cards for a specific region. So that lets you put any token in any specific region of the board. So you are really looking for these. So maybe the Ishar wanted a 10 property card, and she was unable to get it. But when this card comes out, then any property which was on the border is going to become available for bidding again. And maybe I don't have enough money to outbid her. And at that time, she is able to buy this property and complete four in a row. Vishal, what do you think of the game?
It's a nice game, honestly. The mechanics are simple. I really like the components, especially the gravel. And it's pretty fun for a bidding game. I'm not a big fan of bidding games, but this one, I like it.
Yeah, because it's very simple, and the artwork on these buildings is beautiful. Plus, they are super funny to read through. Even if you're trying to, I'm just trying to give you some of the information about the other version, which is from the same developer, Hot Potato, the Zillionaires road trip version. So that's based on US towns, and all those names are very funny names. And the fun thing about those funny names is all of them are real towns that are in that game. So if you are a US resident and you would find those funny, so that might be another version. But if you're not a US resident or want a little bit more thematic sense that okay, what are you doing in rather than in a road trip on Mars, then this slightly makes more sense.
Wow, that is the Professor Hawking School of Everything.
So anyway, that's what the game is. It's very simple. The pros are it's very simple, components are nice, it's very approachable, it makes bidding very simple. There is a chicken situation always happening, that who will chicken out in the situation when you are taking the bids very high, or you make an obnoxious bid which surprises everyone on the table. But the only
Well,
problem
it makes everyone on the table despise you.
Yes, but the only problem I see with this game is that in multiple players, the other players can make the last player lose their money. What I mean by that is, so for example, if we are playing with three players, so if let's say there was a third player sitting here as well, so Ishal was about to win and we are going this way. I may not outbid Ishal, and I'll say, okay, I will not
Pass.
lose my money, I'll pass. Now, this player has all the pressure, the third player has all the pressure to actually outbid Ishal, which means they will be losing all their money to actually outbid Ishal and stop her from winning, which means I get to save my money to complete my thing because then somebody else was not able to stop me instead. So that kind of king making situation or a king stopping situation can happen in this game. It's kind of unavoidable, but it will try to balance out automatically, because next time I'm going to build something, then Ishal is supposed to stop me. But just do understand that that kind of situation can happen. So if you have a group in which that group making mechanism or ganging up on one player is going to happen, then this game is prone to that. So for example, in our house, who do you gang up on?
With my mama.
Against me. So I will never win this game. But
You won!
no,
You
I
won
didn't.
once.
No.
Yes, you did. You forgot, but you won. You won one round or one game.
Anyway, so it's absolutely a fun game. It's a quick game, it's quick to open up, it's quick to play. The game insert, I have good thing to say about it
It looks like a McDonald's carton.
and bad thing to say about it. The components were very environmental friendly, so they went with a recyclable insert rather than a plastic
that-
insert. They don't have any kind of plastic foil on plastic wrap on the top of the box, so no components were inside any kind of plastic. So environmentally this game was very friendly. The slight problem which I found out with these were that how do I store once it goes back in the box. If you see, the slightly these paper money are sticking outside the box, and that really bugs me, because that means now if I have to place the board on top, it's going to squeeze the money when I put the box lid on top of it. So Slightly, there was
There's
some
a
issue with the depth of this insert
there's a slight pain.
and the height of the money they made. So either one could have fixed this. I don't know what they thought of. They could have made the box thicker or went with more slanting insert. I don't know. Multiple things could have been done to fix this, but that's it is what it is. All right. So, any final thoughts, Isha? Who would you recommend it to?
Um, I definitely recommend it for people who want to start getting into the bidding genre because it is a fun game, and also people who are really fond of fun components.
All right, that's it from us. A happy filler recommendation. This is not going to be a happy game, a quick game, just for fun's sake.
Yeah.
That's it for us. Happy gaming.
Happy gaming!